And tell me about your sign. I mean, you talk about you voted. Tell me your reasoning for that and your point there that you're trying to make.
Well, can I read my sign first?
You sure?
Okay.
It says we voted.
Yeah, we voted. I came 5 years ago and said I would vote for the rights to have medicine and to have legalization on recreational, but my main concern was my medicine, and that's what I wanted. And then when I became a recreational believer that we can do it if we have the proper ways, not like Colorado, like Boston is going to be the best of the best. We want to make sure we're the best of the best.
Right.
Boston,
If 1.7 million Massachusetts residents voted for this, how can a small group of legislators change the law on us like that?
Yeah, well, how many were there? 5, 6?
Well,
Yeah.
They don't even respect each other. Not far from respecting the will of the voters, they don't even respect the
Right,
legislative
there's
process,
liquor
the
lobbyists
democracy,
in there.
the laws in Massachusetts, or anything else. And for
This is
what?
supposed to be a democracy. This is not something where the legislators can just change the law on us. Right?
How do you respond to what they say, though, that, look, this is a major change?
This is a public
and
health.
we need time to do it right.
This will cause public health risks. Public health risks because the products that are being sold in Massachusetts aren't being tested, so they could get people sick, and and we're
It's
also
not a
funding.
major change. These products are already being sold. We're just asking them to be able to be purchased legally.
Right.
Alcohol kills hundreds of thousands of people. Tobacco kills so many people. Marijuana just cannot kill people. So what is the danger here? I'd like Governor Baker to tell us what the danger of marijuana actually is. In Colorado, after they legalized, drunk driving deaths were reduced, overdoses on prescription drugs were reduced. It's just a safer product. It's just incapable of killing you. You can go into a liquor store right now and buy a bottle of vodka that can kill you that very second if you drink it all. Just tell us why it's dangerous. Why is this necessary?
I mean, what do you think about the ability for only a handful of lawmakers to come and overturn portions of this law that was already approved, by the voters? What do you think about that ability?
I think we've already said that it's against the will of the voters. So many people voted for this, and a handful of people should not be able to ignore the will of the voters.
Your name? They say that they need a cannabis control commission. They want more studies done. They say they just need more time.
Cannabis is already being controlled. It's illegal right now, and it makes it dangerous. The only reason why marijuana is dangerous is because you can go to jail for it.
You always send bills off to study in a commission if you want them to die. So of course they want it to be studied and studied and studied and studied to make sure nothing actually gets done. And in the meanwhile, every modification that they've proposed is some kind of gift to the black market. You delay 6 months, more of a 6 months black market monopoly. You raise the age to 25, well, will the people aged 21 to 25 stop smoking? Well, no, they'll buy it on the black market.
People are already able to buy
And if
these
you raise the
products.
taxes sky high, the people who already have dealers will already have no reason to move to the legal market at all. And the legal market is less dangerous to our communities. It's less dangerous to our kids because it doesn't sell directly to kids. And it's less dangerous to everybody because legal pot stores don't sell other drugs like crystal meth or anything.
Can you say your name and spell it for us,
Yes.
just so we have it? Can you say your name and spell
Yes,
it?
I'm Andy Gauss, ANDYGAUS.
And do you live here in Boston?
And you're with Normal?
Yes, I'm the press secretary of MassCan Normal.
So what the
People voted for marijuana because they vote for the jobs that this new industry is going to bring to the Commonwealth. A 6-month delay on jobs. I don't understand how Governor Baker could say, hey, we have plenty of jobs. This industry that our voters have passed, this industry that our voters support, that's going to bring thousands of jobs to the Commonwealth, to the country. Why are we delaying that? Massachusetts does not have coffers of extra money to let this type of delay happen. We need jobs in Massachusetts. We need jobs across the country. And for 7 legislators to get together and say, we can take another 6 months to wait for jobs. We can take another 6 months to delay the will of the voters. It frankly disgusts me as somebody who has been advocating for marijuana because of the jobs and the economic boost that it will bring to the Commonwealth. So,
what do you say to those who say, look, we need to get the framework set up and we need to increase the taxes so that the benefits really
the people that
are
drafted this initiative, they looked at the other states, they looked looked at what Colorado has done. It was very carefully drafted and put together with people, attorneys and business professionals that have looked at the other states, seen what's worked, what hasn't worked, what would work for the Commonwealth because they know the Commonwealth. So these delays are just another way to inject this whole reefer madness, making it seem like marijuana is a bad thing across the board, when clearly it is not, because the voters have voted to bring legal marijuana to Massachusetts. And these delays are just not acceptable.
People have talked about how...
My name is Beth Waterfall. I'm the founder of Massachusetts Mothers for Regulation and Taxation of Marijuana, and I'm also the chair of Women Grow Boston, which is a professional networking organization for professionals in the cannabis and hemp industries.
What can be done at this point?
Waterfall, Waterfall, first name Beth.
What can be done at this point to stop the delay from going forward?
People need to call their representatives, need to congregate like we are today, talk about this, and make those phone calls to our local representatives, make a stink about it locally. There was a select group of people who put this together, 7 people. We have a lot more people in the Commonwealth, and we have representatives, particularly in the districts that did pass Question 4, and those people need to stand up for their voters and stand up for their districts.
Governor Baker has said 6 months is perfectly appropriate. There's a lot of regulations that need to be drafted, the issue of taxes. He feels like 6 months is appropriate.
Well, I'm sure he'll also say, once we get close to the end of that 6 months, that we need more time. And the legislature has had years and years, decades of scientific evidence proving that marijuana is not the harm that we've been told that it is. So I do not believe that an extra 6 months does anything, because they've had decades of science and information to put together a legalized marijuana industry and regulations that are fair and based on science and reasonable.
Beth, you live in Boston?
I live in Rockland. I work in Boston.
Okay, you said mothers, so you have children. How old are your children?
I do not have children of my own, but certainly giving a voice to women who are mothers, my own family members, friends who do not feel like they can talk about this because they don't want to be seen as bad parents.
Any lawmakers in the building that you look at as allies in this fight?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there were definitely politicians that did stand up. I mean, it seems that we're changing tunes. Governor Baker and Speaker DeLeo said that they would support the will of the voters, and we see that that's not happening. So it's hard to say who are our allies right now, because it seems that that's starting to crumble.
Spelling your name, please?
It's Waterfall, Waterfall.
What's your first name?
Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.